I wanted to talk a little bit about taking care of yourself today, and actually not necessarily putting yourself first, but actually thinking about yourself a little bit more often than maybe we do. And the reason for that is I'm going into hospital next week for some minor face surgery, nasal surgery. So I'm not going to get any cosmetic surgery, because how can you improve on this? But as I get a bit older, and as I'm on my own, and I've started feeling a sense of self-worth, I actually am like, I need to look after myself. I need to do stuff. Look, am I exercising all the time? No. Am I eating everything right? No. Am I better than I was? Yes. But especially in the UK, we're very lucky that we have our NHS. So, last year I was having some issues with my nose, and I was like, sorry, I'm going to the doctors. So I went to the doctors. I think it was August last year. I had got a polyp up my nose, so I was like, I'm going to the doctors about it. And by October, I was seeing the ear, nose and throat specialist. Then I went and got a CT scan. Then I went and saw the specialist again with the results of the scan. And next week I'm going into hospital for surgery, day surgery. Now, so I saw the first ear, nose and throat in October last year. And next week is the 3rd of June when I'm going in. So what's that? 8 months? October, November, December, about 8 months from start to surgery. Fantastic. Now, I haven't been able to breathe properly through my nose for as long as I can remember. And I've never thought enough of myself to go and get it sorted. I got to a point in my marriage where I still remember certain vivid things. I remember looking in the mirror one night and just literally saying to myself, I hate you. I hated who I was. I hated how I was at work. I hated what work was doing to me. I hated how I felt about where we were in the marriage. I hated about the way I was talking to the kids and dealing with the kids. I hated everything about myself. I felt no sense of self-worth. So at no point did I ever feel, I'm going to look after myself because I'm worth it. L'Oreal, because I'm worth it. Not quite the hair for that anyway. But since I've been on my own, and it's going to be nearly 4 years, it will be 4 years in October since I've been on my own, I've done obviously a lot of work on myself. And, as I get, I'm 50 next year, certain symptoms, I go, I'm going to the doctors, or I'm getting on the doctor's app, and I'm going to get myself looked at. Because I need to look after myself. No one else is going to do it for me. No one else is going to come along and go, Paul, mate, fucking hell, you sort yourself out, lad. So I have to do it myself. And I know that's just a weird thing to sort of think about, but I never felt worthy of caring about myself. I never cared about myself enough. I remember just thinking, sometimes when it's in the tough days, I still do struggle with things and think, what's the point? We're all going to end up at dust at some point anyway, so whatever. But I'm really starting to see some more positives about myself, and I'm starting to think about looking after myself a bit more now. And you need to do it, because there is more. Whatever you're going through, whatever hard times you're going through or have been through or you're battling through, there is more out the other side of it. And whilst when you're in the middle of something, it feels like that's all there is. In a couple of years' time, once you've worked through it, you'll look back and think, wow, look at where I was to where I am now. So yeah, look, maybe a little bit rambly, a little bit warbly, a little bit all over, but I think the key is to, you are worth it. You might not feel it right now. We all have a point where we don't feel like we're worth it, I think. But if there is a niggle, or if there is a little pain, or something, go and get yourself looked at, go and get yourself checked out. and look after yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you. No one else is coming, as Mel Robbins says. No one's coming. You've got to do it yourself. I'm going in for this surgery, and I'm worried about it. I am worried about it because, when you, like with all these things, when you read what might go wrong, oh my God, they might crack my brain sac and I might die and get meningitis and die, whatever. But the flip side of it is I might actually be able to breathe properly for the first time in 40 odd years. It'd be amazing. And that's because I actually now give a shit about myself when I never used to. And you need to look after yourself. You need to give a shit about yourself. Yeah. As ever, thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. And I will see you soon.